Hi Bexley families, it's Melissa Wade, the assistant principal over second grade, and I'm here to chat about LATIC and the structure that you're going to see in second grade this year. I full-heartedly believe in the LATIC structure and that it fits the need for all students in a differentiated way so that they all take charge of their learning. Students are learning from a felt need. This connects to the real world and has a connection from their learning to what they're going to need in life. And it brings in an element of collaboration and creativity in their learning. But most importantly, there's an individual learning path for every single child. If they need extra support, it's built into the structure. And if they need enrichment and extension, it's built in as well. There is no substitute for the teacher, but what we do is we replicate the teacher in many different ways. When I was in the classroom, I believed in this structure from the second that I saw it. I wanted more, I was craving more because I knew it's exactly what every student needed in education to thrive. I was very privileged to have my own daughter at Bexley go through this structure, and it built a more independent, more invested, and more engaged learner. And she carried over a lot of the structures and a lot of the activities into her personal life, and she chooses to do learning on the weekends because of what the second grade experience in LATIC gave her as a foundation. Some of the structures that you're going to see or hear include a home group. This is like a little family built in that they can go to and ask for help. It doesn't mean that they don't have access to the teacher, but we're building a classroom culture of capacity building and helping each other being efficacious learners, that they can solve their own problems and they can overcome hurdles on their own to drive their learning to new heights. There's a help board built in so that they can get the direct help that they need on an activity that they're stuck with. And we build a classroom culture with experts. So every student will have an opportunity to prove that they're an expert in different areas. And this helps build confidence and that collaboration with their peers. One of the big shifts is that the teacher is not the sage on the stage. What we say is that they're a guide on the side. And this is done through facilitation and monitoring. So as students get to pick and choose and have high voice and choice in their learning, the teacher is facilitating around with very specific monitoring look-fors in the classroom so that every child gets very targeted feedback to drive forward their learning to new heights. There are typical whole group lessons like you would have seen in a very traditional classroom, but more of the structure includes small group mini lessons. And this is where students are identified as to who needs the learning. So if they don't need that specific lesson, we have proof that they already know it, and therefore they can go and work on some higher order thinking questions and extend their learning versus sitting through a whole group lesson where they already know the content. Similarly, students are invited to a small group mini lesson if they need an extra support or to fill the gaps from their learning to be able to move forward in their learning as well. LATIC has my full confidence as an educator, and I have a dream that every student has a LATIC structure in their classroom because it truly encompasses everything that we wish and hope for in the education system.